guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another video about blogging. My last video about blogging is it's over a year ago. And in this last video, I talked about some basic tips about getting started with blogging, things you have to look out for, and some of my personal tips. If you want to watch this video, it's going to be linked up here. But today's video is all about the things I wish I knew before I started blogging. These are some of the things I really didn't know or didn't want to be true about blogging. And now, after 3 years of doing this every single week, I feel like I have made a lot of experiences that I feel ready to share with you guys. So let's get started. The first thing I wish I knew, and I kind of knew it because you read it and hear it all the time, but you really don't want it to be true. But the first thing everyone says, and that is definitely true, is the fact that it will take way more time than you think right now. And when I say it takes way more time, I mean two different aspects of it. The first one is the blog post itself. To create content, you really need to put a lot of time and effort into it. You need to research your blog post, you need to write it, you need to correct it, you need to take pictures, you need to edit the pictures. All of that takes a lot of time, especially when you have a blog like me where you write bilingual in 2 languages. You're gonna have to translate it as well. And sometimes you can spend up to 8 hours just on one single blog post. That might be fine if you blog only 4 times a month, but if you're out to blog maybe like 3-4 times a week, that is a part-time job. It is actually a part-time job. It takes a lot of your free time, and that is really something you should consider before you get started. With that said, if you want to have the time to blog, you will be able to make the time. You just need to get up more early. That's what I do. I sometimes get up 2 hours early just so I can sit down and write a blog post. And sometimes I will come home from work and then finish a blog post up. So if you want it to work, you will find ways to work. But I'm just saying it is going to take way more time than you think right now. And the other aspect of it is the fact that it will take so much more time than you think for people to discover your blog, to read your blog, and to frequently come back for more content. I know we all know that everyone else is brilliant and they all have great blogs, and they claim that it took them 2 or 3 years to get really a large amount of readers, but maybe I'm better, maybe I'm smarter or more brilliant, maybe my content is better, and then I will get more readers in 2 or 3 months. Everyone likes to believe that they're gonna find that little loophole and somehow make it work much faster. Maybe there are people that have done this, but the truth is it just takes a lot of time, and not just for people to find your blog, but also for yourself to gain the experience and to get better at writing and to get better at just in general at your blog post, and to be more consistent and to kind of have a theme going on, because that also takes a lot of time to kind of find your blog identity, to figure out the topics you want to write about. You don't always know this from day one. Eventually you will know how you want your blog to look and the topics you want to write about. And since we just spoke about the amount of time blogging takes, you will also realize very soon that blogging takes a lot of self-discipline, because it's not always as easy as you think. Some days, yes, you get up and you have great ideas and everything just works out perfectly, and in 2-3 hours you have the perfect blog post. But other days it's harder. You don't have an idea what to write about. You don't even feel motivated. Nothing inspires you. You feel like you can't write a complete sentence, and the pictures you take are always horrible, no matter how much you try to edit them. There are days like this, and when days like this come up, you really have to push yourself to keep on going and to make it work. And sometimes, like I just said earlier, you will have to get up earlier or work a little on it after work, because you're not going to be making money with it the first few months or years. So you will have to do all of it in your spare time, and that requires a lot of self-discipline. Of course, the blogger platforms are for free. I'm on blogger.com, and that is completely free. You don't need to spend money on that. But as time passes, you will need to get better equipment. You need a better camera. You might need to invest in lighting. You need a software to edit the photos, so you might need to pay for that. Eventually, you will get tired of the way your blog looks, so you might want to invest in a blogger template. And the free ones aren't always the nicest ones, so you might have to spend 50, 70 or 100 euros on a nice blogger template. And then let's not forget all of the products you might have to buy for your blog if you are someone who does a lot of reviews. It's not like you're getting a bunch of freebies sent the moment you open up your blog. You will actually have to go out and purchase everything yourself and spend your own money on it. And honestly, in the beginning, you are spending so much more money on your own blog than you're actually making from it. Things cost money and you want to have content, and sometimes content requires buying things. And speaking of making money with your blog, I have noticed in the beginning, I basically said yes to every opportunity I got to make money. If a company would contact me and told me, we're gonna send you stuff, can you just write a review about it? Or if someone contacts you and asks you, can you do a sponsored blog post about this and that? I would basically do everything because it was like, yes, finally the money's coming in, I'm making money with my blog. But honestly, it is so easy to kind of forget your blog identity as you're doing it, and it can quickly turn into a platform of advertisement. I think it's very important that you stick with your values, that you kind of think about what you want to represent, what your blog identity is, what your goals with your blog are, what you want to do with it, what's the end goal of your blog. And if you just say it's making money, sure, go ahead and do that. But I'm pretty sure if you want to blog, there's more to it. Oh, and then there are the trolls and the haters. And before you think, oh, you know what, I'll be fine, I know how to handle these people, and no, I won't take it personal. You will take it personal, because when you start doing that and when you sit there and you put your 8 to 10 hours into your work and someone shows up and they just feel the need to say something rude, there will always be the people that really try to destroy your work for some reason. And they will even find your blog, and no matter how much you tell yourself that you're gonna be okay with it, you're most likely not gonna be okay with it for the first couple of times it happens. I honestly felt really depressed and sad when people were making mean comments or comments that were really just trying to make my content seem like a work of an idiot. There are people like that on the internet, but the one thing I can tell you is that it will definitely get better over time. You will really find your own personal ways to deal with that, to not always feel heartbroken when someone says something mean about your work. And another thing about blogging is the fact that you're gonna spend so much time on social media trying to promote your content, because your blog post can be outstanding, but if people won't find it on the internet, you're not gonna have any readers. At the end of the day, you might be spending half of the time you already put into that blog post on trying to promote it on social media and the internet and forums and whatnot. And once you start blogging frequently, that is definitely something you will realize, that you do have to promote your content all the time. You need to put in the right hashtags. You need to always be present somewhere on social media so people will know that you are still there, you exist, your blog exists, and they can always come to your blog and read it. And finally, the one thing I feel like a lot of people who are just starting out with blogging have not really understood yet, and it took me quite a while to understand this myself, and it might sound really harsh, but let me just say it how it is. Nobody cares about you. People don't come to your blog because of you. They are looking for added value to their life. They're looking for tips. They're looking for recipes, whatever they're looking for. But they aren't necessarily looking for your opinion on things, or for your thoughts, or for what you did on the weekend. People are only gonna come to you because they're looking for help, for inspiration, for motivation, for tips, tricks, recipes. You should always ask yourself, is this blog post adding value to someone's life? Or is it just a big self-promotion of myself? So yeah, these were all of the things I simply wish I knew before I started blogging. Blogging can be a lot of fun, and it should be a lot of fun. And it's actually very important that you are having a lot of fun whilst you're doing it, because if you're not having fun, all of the things I just mentioned are really gonna bother you. But if you are like me and you're saying, I don't even care about all of this. I don't care if it's gonna take 3, 4, 5 years for people to discover my blog. I don't care if I'm gonna make money with it. I don't care if I have to invest a lot of time and extra cash into it. then you are on the right track, because if you are having fun with it, people will eventually come, because trust me, people can read that between the lines if you are having fun doing it. If you have any further questions about blogging, please put them in the comments below. I'm actually thinking of collecting all of the questions in case there are enough, and making another video about blogging in which I answer all of these questions. We'll see how it turns out, if anybody has any questions. If not, eventually I will definitely make another video about blogging. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and then I'll just see you in my next one. Bye! And welcome back to Pure Power Parlor. Today I have my 5 best tips on how to make the most of your work time without actually having to put more effort into it.